Oh, hey, thanks for visiting. Welcome to Garage 75 and this new channel. I'm gonna go ahead and give this YouTube thing a shot, I guess. My name is Jason, and like I said, I've dubbed it Garage 75. Didn't know what else to call it, wanted to keep it simple, and since I was born in 75, why not? So little introduction. Like I said, my name is Jason, and just like every other car person out there, it's the same story. Grew up loving cars, Matchbox, diecast, building model cars. I have a few great stories from my parents from when I was a little kid. That you know, my love of cars has always been there, and it's an obsession sometimes, like you guys all know. In my generation, I grew up with the Dukes of Hazzard and Knight Rider, the movies, Cannonball Run, Smokey and the Bandit. And for the other, the younger generation, they grew up on Need for Speed and the Fast and Furious franchises, stuff like that. So same love of cars, just different generations. Again, we might like different types of cars. I know a lot of the younger crew loves the import scene. A lot of the older guys like the muscle car scene, but it's a love of cars, and that's what I like to see is the love of cars in general. I'm totally unscripted, totally off the cuff, kind of like if you were just hanging out here with me in the shop, just talking, having a good time, working on stuff. So why don't we check out the shop? It's pretty much why we're all here. Not for this mug, but for the stuff going on. And with your help, maybe I can get some motivation to finish this stuff. I'm not here, I'm not getting on YouTube to make money. This isn't going to be a career. I have a full-time job, and I do this as a hobby. And I absolutely love sharing my hobby with others. I make Facebook videos, and I share them with my friends of my updates and pictures and stuff like that. And everybody said, give YouTube a shot. Think you'll enjoy it. So here I am. I'm going to give it a shot. I'm very uncomfortable in front of the camera, as you could tell, but I love showing everybody things and explaining things, and maybe we'll all learn a thing or two. And again, with the comments section and everybody following along, that'll give me some motivation to get to the shop and finish some of these projects. Right now I have 8.5 cars, 8.5 vehicles, I should say, because some are trucks. And I think I have something wrong with every single one of them. So we're gonna go through and we're gonna finish some, we're gonna fix them, and we're gonna take care of this. Now I've been flipping cars for quite a long time. I'll buy some cars and detail them and fix them up and then resell them. It's always been a great hobby of mine. I love doing it. I love saving cars. And it can be profitable, or you can break even or even lose money. That's just how it is. But it's just enjoyable. It's really fun. Being able to own as many cars, as I have, it's quite a blessing. Sometimes it's not, as you'll see. Some of these projects can be pretty tough, but overall it's fun. I'd like to finish up some of these bigger projects and kind of get back into some smaller ones, fix them up, sell them, and make a little money on the side too, maybe, and learn some things. I've learned quite a bit by buying and selling cars. Being in the car community, you have unlimited resources to people who know a lot of things that you don't know, and I don't know it all. That's for sure. I'm gonna hit you with that right off the bat. I don't know everything. I know enough, and if I don't know something, I have absolutely no problem learning. I will never tell you that I know something when I'm not that type. But I think we'll have a lot of fun. I hope you like the projects. I like the weird, funky stuff, and the older stuff. I don't have Lambos. I don't have Ferraris. I don't have the money. I'm just a normal guy with normal money, having fun with cars, and I hope you guys can relate to that. Is it fun watching the guys with Lambos and stuff? Absolutely. So where I get a lot of my inspiration is from a lot of the big YouTubers that I watch. They have so much fun. And I can have just the same amount of fun with the regular cars. So let's go ahead and we're here to see the shop and the cars I have. So let me quit yakking. Let me get behind the camera where I'm a little more comfortable, and give you like a not really a garage update because it's the first time we've all been here. So let me show you around and see what we're working with. Well, it's kind of chilly out here today. I am from the Rochester, New York area. So it's almost the end of January actually. And believe it or not, this really isn't a lot of snow for us. Usually we're stacked. This year's been kind of strange. We haven't got a lot of snow in the area, but a little chilly. But here's the shop. It's from these doors over, and I rent this from a fella who owns all this other property. And it's been great. I've been here 12, let's say 11 years. We'll go in the middle because I can't remember exactly, but I've been here for 11 years and it's been awesome. It's about 900 square feet. And it's kind of a mess right now. Again, just like a average shop. But I'm able to fit, actually, I can get another car in the middle. So I have these three here and parts everywhere. And it's kind of a mess right now. Kind of cleaning. But, you know, we've got the garage art. We got the Jeff Gordon hood. A billboard replica. You know, everybody has garage art. Up there is literally all the parts I need for an 82 to 84 Camaro Z28. I just need the shell of the car because I have all the other parts that I need to build a Camaro. But that's a project down the road for sure. We have a space over here. I'd like to put a sandblast and a parts washer over here. Clean up this area. This is junk. Don't worry about that. Got a 350 crate motor sitting in here. I don't know what I'm going to put it in yet. I'll explain. You know, the tools, the workbench, stereo. I got a better stereo system coming. But it's a pretty decent sized shop. Heated, insulated. So there's your little shop tour. So let's get to some of these cars I have, and we'll start right with this one. It's a 67 Camaro Rally Sport X drag car, and right now it is all I have is the body. I have all new sheet metal for the front. I have to get new quarters put on, but before that, the guy who owned it before me, which is a good friend of mine, put all new floor in from like the firewall all the way back. So this is all brand new. We have an all new package tray up in there. We have everything here to finish it, but so we got to finish a structure and then put the new quarters on. The car had quarters on it, but they cut them, and you know it's really weak. Look at this. I mean, this thing flexes like crazy. They cut it all out to fit the wide tires in. So we'll take care of all that. So that's one project down the road. And wasn't sure what I wanted to do with this. We could do anything we want because this is an unoriginal car at this point. It was one of those gold fawn colored with the black nose stripe Hideaway headlights, Rally Sport. But we can do anything we want. I kind of want to keep it with the Rally Sport. I want the Hideaway headlights. Debating on keeping it original because that fawn gold is kind of growing on me. I've seen pictures of it, and I'll see if I can post a picture of what it looked like, you know, when it was new. But I don't know if I want to go LS drivetrain or put that motor in it. That's a 350. We could do that. Keep it old school looking and rally wheels, all that. Next car. I've owned this car. Oh goodness. Since the year 2000. 76 Corvette Stingray. And this was in my neighbor across the street's barn. One car garage, actually. And I thought the car was brown. There was so much dirt on it, and it hadn't been driven in years. I kept bugging him, you know, when are you going to sell the car? And he kept laughing at me. Well, one day he did say, you can come buy the car. So at the time, it was my brother-in-law, and I dragged it out. Of course, the wheels were locked, the brakes were locked up. We dragged it out with his 70s Monte Carlo. Got it across the street, pushed it up in the driveway, and this was my first real full restoration. Nut and bolt, everything. Like, Like, I went nuts with this car. I went a little too crazy on this car, and I learned a lot. And I also learned that if something says Corvette, it's going to be twice expensive. And that's holy smokes. But unfortunately, this car's been sitting. The last time it was technically on the road, it says 13, which sounds probably about right. We're going on 10 years. Sadly, I don't think I've even started this car in, I think, that long. We had houses we bought and sold, and this just kind of moved back and forth. Here's the seats that have been recovered. They're not even in the car. Yeah, it's a beautiful car, and I'm just kind of letting it sit, and it doesn't need to be. So that's one of the projects that I would like to do this winter, actually. Got to go through, pull all spark plugs, put some, I know people either put, oh man, there's so many things you could put in the engine. I'm probably just going to do Marvel Mystery Oil. Add in each spark plug, let it sit. I have a transmission line to fix, which was one of the original reasons I stopped driving it, was transmission line was leaking. Oh, by the way, I ramble a lot, and I probably talk fast, so I apologize for that. So I would like to get this back on the road because it's a beautiful, beautiful car, and it drives beautiful. It's, I would say 90% stock. I put fiberglass monoleaf sway bar in the back. I did some poly bushings all through. The engine itself has been bored 30 over with a bump up cam. What are we, 355? I mean, it's no powerhouse. What did these come? 170 stock back in the day? I mean, my HHR, I think, can blow its doors off. But it's a nice cruiser. So I want to work on that. This is a 2008 Trailblazer SS that I bought mostly on emotion. I love these trucks, and this one was sold locally in the next big city over, which is Syracuse area, and it was driven by the second owners year-round. So this poor truck has seen use as a daily driver. Rust everywhere. I got a bad story about this, but we'll get into it once we get into this truck. There's some things I'd like to show you guys, some things I did to it, and then we'll give you the sad ending to this truck. But that 6.0 all-wheel drive, I mean, this truck has a future. I just don't know where I got like different directions I could take this truck, and I don't know what to do with it yet. So we'll catch up on that on its own video. So we're still in the same property my shop is at, which is on the other side of that barn. But we keep some cars up here for winter storage. Now, these are different people's cars, but that one in the back corner is mine, as well as these two. So let me unwrap these and show you what I got. What do you guys think? See a nice. What do you guys think? Leave a comment down. Let me know what you think's under these covers before I unveil them. All right, so did everybody put down what cars they thought were underneath those tarps? Well, we're about to find out, and I apologize for the lighting. This is just more of a storage barn than anything. So if you guessed a Porsche Boxster and a third-gen Camaro convertible, then you win. Come on. Well, aren't we all winners? But anyway, this here is a 1989 Camaro Rally Sport. This is a mess. This was a total mess. I will have video on this car. I'll show you the progress of where I'm at currently. Oh man, this car. I actually gave up on this car, and it sat for 7 years because I was so disgusted with it. But I will show you where we're at up to date. I'm back into wanting to finish this car. And again, once again, I'm rambling. I'm a repeater. This was a mess. This was a mess, but it's turning out to be a great car. This is my 97 Porsche Boxster, and I can hear it now. Oh, Jason, but you said, you weren't into the high-end cars, and you don't have Porsches or Ferraris and Lambos and blah, blah, blah. But come on, it's a Porsche Boxster. Listen, you can afford this, all right? These are going average miles, average condition. Average pricing on these is about 10 grand. You can get one of these. So yeah, it's granted, it's a great car. It's mid-engine, the weight, the ratio, it drives awesome. And you can say you own a Porsche. It's a really, really awesome car. I can hear you now. Oh, but the Porsche is the poor man's Porsche. Yeah. Blah, blah, blah. Go get one. It's amazing. And you can own a Porsche, and it's so much fun. And you definitely have to get the stick. These things are just amazing. I love this car. And I bought it, again, I bought this car. I was looking for a winter beater. I was actually looking, believe it or not, for like a Cobalt or a something small and something for winter. And I ended up buying this Porsche. I got it for a great deal, which actually ended up being not a great deal. No fault to the previous owner, no fault to me. It's a Porsche thing. And if you know anything about these Boxsters and these motors, let's just say the IMS bearing was not happy. Again, we'll do a whole series on this car. This car has had a complete makeover. Engine, mechanical, you name it. So we'll get jumped on that. We'll get to the progress of where I am on this car. One other vehicle that up here I pointed out in the corner. And if you're from the Rochester area, you might actually know this truck. This is my 2003, and I'm sorry about the lighting. It's absolutely horrible, but this is my 2003 Silverado SS. Obviously, custom paint. It's been. Oh, this lighting is horrible. I'm sorry, everybody. But we'll pull this out in the spring, and we'll touch on this a little more. So this 2003 Silverado SS really is mostly stock, except for the pearl white paint and the flames that go all the way down to the extended cab. Has a hard tonneau cover with a built-in spoiler. It's been lowered, just not slammed, but just lowered a little bit, because if you lower these all-wheel drives too much, your angle on your front drive shafts, spit. You know what I'm saying? It'll be too extreme. And a lot of guys slam these and they take away the all-wheel drive. I mean, that's what makes these things awesome, is the all-wheel drive system. But that's another one of mine. And this is awesome. I absolutely love this truck. I bought this truck in, I think, 2009 to replace my daily driven Silverado. Again, I was looking for a daily driver. I'm not taking this. This is Rochester, New York. I'm not bringing this in the salt. Again, I keep looking for daily drivers and end up with cool cars. I've got a problem. So that's all the. Well, no, I do have one more car at my buddy's place on a trailer. I don't know if I want to show you guys that car because I don't know if I'm keeping it, but we'll see. We'll see. That car, if I got a Camaro thing going on. I got a third gen here. I got parts. I got the 67. And this car, I don't know if I'm going to show you guys, is actually an IROC. But we'll touch on that too. That's an amazing project too. So I have one more car to show you, and that would be my daily driver. Okay. All right. Is everybody done laughing now? Yeah. Okay, good. Let me get going with this car. It's a 2008 HHR. It is not the SS version. It is just the regular LT, I guess. I don't even know. Is it an LT? Oh, it is. Yep. So it's just an LT. It is my daily driver, and contrary to what everybody thinks, I absolutely love this car. It is good on gas. It's great in the snow, especially with these janky Malibu 17-inch rims with snow tires. But it hauls so much. You put these seats down. I call it my little Tahoe. You think about it. It's an SUV type. Seats that fold down. Got the big back door. Seats 5. And there's a ton of room in here. I absolutely love this car. I fit 2 sets of wheels and tires, hoods to a Volvo, bumpers. I've put so much. I've camped in this thing. I had a German Shepherd dog, and me and her used to go camping in this and sleep in there. I mean, it's huge. It's just a great car. I like this car. I know it gets a lot of hate. I know it does. But for me personally, it's a great little daily. And I've done some stuff to it. Blacked out headlights, blacked everything out, tinted, lowered it. I have 18-inch Cobalt SS wheels that I put on it in the summer, and that looks really sharp. I have an aftermarket exhaust from GM, the GM Performance exhaust, and it sounds, it's no hot rod, but it sounds pretty good. For 2.2 4-cylinder, it's just my daily, and I love this car. It gets good gas mileage. I don't need a giant truck to drive every day. I don't need a gas guzzling thing to drive every day. So this is a perfect car for me. Maybe not for you, but for me, I love it. It's a fun little car, and we got a couple little things I'd like to do to this. And I'm not, I don't have the SS version, which I'm kind of surprised because the SS version is amazing. And if you know these cars, these are basically, I call these Cobalt station wagons because everything underneath it's basically built on the Cobalt platform. Let's see, how did I lowered it because actually I used Cobalt SS aftermarket Eibach springs to lower it because it wouldn't go low enough for the HHR options. So I actually went with Cobalt springs and shock springs, drop springs. So, but I love this car. So, yeah,